We were queued in a comp game of Valorant, and one of the guys asked, does anybody have any mics? And she spoke up, and she said, yeah. And there was silence for like 4 seconds. And then he spoke up again, asking if anybody had any mics, and she again was like, yes. And then he ult forward and disconnected from the queue.
If you see a game, you're watching the trailer and you're like, oh my gosh, this looks so amazing. And then they say multiplayer only, and then you're like, I don't want to play with randoms. I'm worried about if there's going to be that negative person. There's always that feeling of that troll could be there and could ruin my experience.
When I was younger, most of the interactions I had were very toxic, I'd say. Definitely towards women. If someone talks in a lobby, the lobby would uproar and just trying to get her attention or trying to shut her down. Of course, me being young and stupid, I would join in because I thought that was fun.
Switching sides.
Damn, yeah.
Go play the Wii because it starts with a W and it's meant for women.
What, bro? That was so bad.
That was pretty bad. What the fuck?
You sound pretty sexy.
Thanks. Are you 12? I don't want that. Whoa.
No, that's not cool, dude, really.
That is, yeah, you guys are getting muted.
Fucking stupid ass bitch. Fucking shoot. Why didn't you shoot at all, you fucking dumb whore?
I thought you didn't need
fucking
me.
dumb whore. You're lucky I don't know your address. I'd fucking rape you tonight.
Whoa,
You
whoa,
fucking,
whoa.
you motherfucking bitch. I'll fucking rape
I know the stigma of girls playing video games. I don't want to ruin my play experience by having to mute somebody on my team because they're just not really being the kindest. So I just tend to refrain from using voice chat.
I got fortunate enough to find a group of friends that were pretty good, that were very supportive and kind of showed me the ways to play some of these games and taught me some of the maps. But sometimes and I wasn't playing with those people and I'd play with other people, it was not always so good. You run into people who don't think women gamers are good. They think that you're terrible, or they hit on you, or they're just crude.
I mean, even outside, being in a video game and maybe just engaging with other people who play video games can sometimes be are they gonna maybe say something about me being, female identifying and playing video games, or if they're gonna automatically assume that I only play a certain type of game like Animal Crossing, or if I tell them that I do play, more so male-dominated games like Call of Duty and Valorant, if they're just going to assume that I'm terrible at it or I don't know how to play.
I always try to read the room and see the community. Does everyone say the community is okay? Maybe it'll be fine. And I won't have to worry about any of that stuff, but it's always in the back of your mind. Is this something I'm gonna have to deal with? And you feel like you wanna feel it out before interacting. So I don't feel like it hinders the experience, but it definitely makes you cautious before interacting in certain multiplayer experiences. You want to know, what am I up against, if anything?
It can be hard for me to get into a gaming community just because I'm personally an anxious person, and obviously interactions over the internet can be a little bit scary because you don't know who you're talking to. So I kind of have to see what it's like before I really immerse myself into it to see if this is a place that I will feel comfortable being in and not feel like my personal, attributes are being attacked for no reason.
There have been times where, I would be streaming and I would never use a camera or anything like that. Like, I'm not going to let anyone know what I look like because they can already hear and perceive what gender I am. So I'm also not going to give them more ammo and show them what I look like if a troll did want to come. But not everyone has a support system to help them go through that. Not everyone is as lucky as I was that it was just like one small person doing it. Other people get bombarded with that stuff and you can't just let it pass.
The switch flip was I got a girlfriend around 7th to 8th grade, and I realized that she's also a video gamer herself, and just playing games with her, just like this is just another person. And then I'd say I didn't really switch until I started playing lobbies with my friends again, and then they just started saying a lot of really nasty things, and then I just realized I don't want to talk to these people anymore.
Generally, it's a lot of white males. I would say in an average classroom, there's certainly some ethnic diversity. Probably 3 or 4 of the students out of a class of 18 would identify as female, maybe 1 or 2 binary people. We try to be inclusive. We try to make everyone feel like this is their home. Our faculty, in terms of ethnicity, is very diverse. It might be majority non-white. And that's us consciously trying to have our faculty reflect society at large. It does unfortunately reflect the industry, because the industry is quite white and certainly more male than female.
Feel kind of stressed out. Feel like we got a lot of weight on our shoulders.
Okay, what?
Over here.
Put space. Do you have bubble? You have bubble? All right, bubble.
You're LOSing, LOSing.
Carry Dad.
Can't see you, cannot see you. There's Zarya chasing you.
Genji.
Can't help you.
I'm getting point.
Oh, I did not see there was a Zarya. Oh, thank you. Oh!
No!
Dude, that was so long!
I try to follow more devs, so that counts like community managers, people who do the coding, the artists, like all of those people, because I think it's important to know who makes the games. I think this is off topic a little bit, but a lot of the toxicity in gaming, I think, is because people forget that real people make the games, and when you complain, another real person has to read that feedback. The higher you go, the less diverse it gets. So the CEOs, the managers, the higher up production assistants, the people who are making those decisions, those folks aren't always as diverse as you would hope. And it's sort of the people who are on the ground and doing a lot of the work, the day-to-day work, is a more diverse group of people, and are those that are trying to like fight for bringing in more diverse people into the industry, wanting to work with students and try to help people to break in because they want to make it a better place for everyone too in the industry.
I think the way we change that is here in education, is if we can make it a broader swath of society, and our classes become game developers. Eventually, that will make its way into industry, and industry itself will be more inclusive.
What I love about young people today is everyone's breaking out of these roles. And it's going to take time, and I'm seeing a change. But it's because, women are supposed to like to draw and do the nice things and do things like, home economics and cooking and taking care of kids. Personally, for me, when I wanted to make games, my family was like, just not your job. I come from a very conservative family in India, and so it was also given to me that that's not what you're supposed to do. Didn't stop me, I still did it. So I feel because of these older ways and outlooks on life that came through us over centuries, I will be honest, I am seeing a change, especially with the younger folks, and I'm all for it.
I know that I want to make a horror game, but I think that I kind of want to go in different directions with it. Like maybe I could try doing kind of more of a serious horror game where like your choices matter. Maybe even like a silly horror game that's more so to have fun with friends, like Phasmophobia, but still have that sense of, you're playing with the people you love. I really want to create games where people have fun experiences.
Whoa. Oh, that's not good for me. That is not
You deserve it. You have worked hard. You don't know it. You might doubt yourself, but underneath it all, you deserve to go out there. You deserve to put your creative talent out there. The world needs to see what you can offer.
There are a lot of things that you can do to change the industry for everybody else that comes after it. So I'd say it's worth your while to go for it. I think that it can become better, and I think even now from when I was growing up, I experienced less toxicity, based on how I identify. I hope that it only gets better. Maybe now you're really not comfortable. More down the line, you will feel more comfortable in order to join it.
When you're wanting to connect with people and actually have a good time and make connections that feel genuine, you have to look for places where other people want that too. And so I would just say take that time to find the safe space that fits and that feels right for you. It's worth the effort.
What would I say to him? What would I say to that little shit? I would say to my younger self, just try to be a good person. Just realize what you're doing. Have a conscience about what you're doing instead of just going with the group mentality.
For girls, though, in specific, if they're going into gaming and they're not maybe they're feeling a little intimidated, especially in some shooter games and things like that, you will still find maybe a little bit more of a male population. Shut off the headset. Don't even listen to it. If it's bothering you, just go in and play. Don't listen to what the guys are saying. Just go and practice and practice and practice and practice until you're comfortable. And then once you're comfortable and you're better at it, could take a long time, you might be great at it right away, go ahead and turn it on. And just listen to them. Just listen. Don't need to queue up and let them know you're a girl. But once you're ready, you'll know when it is.
I know a lot of people say that you shouldn't mute people because you need comms and things like that. I personally do not agree with that belief. I think that if you are just trying to play a game for enjoyment, even competitively, and if somebody is saying things to you that you are not comfortable with, that make you feel upset, muting them is probably the best thing you can do. As much as there's negative experiences in the gaming community, there's also really positive ones. You'll get into a lot of games where everybody there is really excited to play and you guys might be doing really well, you guys are all hyping each other up. And it's a really fun experience, and I don't want people who are upset experiencing toxicity online to not be able to experience those.